today I'm filming a book haul because I have problems buying books and I buy way too many of them and I buy them way too often, but who doesn't? I mean, eh. Also, I'm sorry if I look like a hot mess currently. I'm packing to go on spring break tomorrow, so I'm kind of all over the place and kind of in a mess, but the book outlet order that I ordered a good sum of books just came in today, so I wanted to film it before I left, and I didn't want to obviously travel with this box of books back home just to film the video, so I'm filming it now. Before I do the unboxing, I'm going to show you some of the books that I bought not on Book Outlet, like through Barnes & Noble or Amazon, stuff like that. Yes, I did say Barnes & Noble, and that is a very rare occurrence for me because I do not like buying books from Barnes & Noble because I think they're way overpriced, and I like to be a good book-savvy shopper. And I will not be giving a full review of each of these books because this video would be way too long if I did that because I kind of got a good sum of books, but I will try to explain a little bit why I got each of them. The first book I have is The Unit by Nini Holmquist. I don't know how to say this. I got this book because it's a dystopian fiction book, and I can't remember, I saw it somewhere online and someone had reviewed it and said it was really good, and I've been wanting to read more dystopian fiction. This book is about something called The Unit, and The Unit is a place where people go and they slowly donate their organs, and until finally they're donating their heart. And I think this book just sounds really interesting and really cool and very unique, so I decided to get it. The next book I have is Miracles from Heaven by Christy Wilson Beam. I got this book because I went to see The Choice and they had a trailer for this book, Miracles from Heaven. It's going to be coming out, I think, in March sometime. I think it's like middle of March, somewhere around there. It sounds a lot like Heaven is for Real, but it sounded really interesting to me, and Jennifer Garner's in it, and I love Jennifer Garner, so you can't really go wrong there. This next book I actually got a while ago, but it's at home. I have just like 10 or so books at home that I'm slowly transferring over here to Gainesville, but I don't want to bring them all at once, and sometimes a lot of them that I have at home are like the second or third book in a series, so I don't really need them until I read the first book in the series, which is usually on this bookshelf here, so. But this next book is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I've been wanting to read this book for a long time also. It's a contemporary romance book, and I've heard it's really, really good, and I've heard the next two books in the series are also really good, and I will read it sometime soon, I'm hoping. These next three books are all from Barnes & Noble, and like I said, I don't usually buy books from Barnes & Noble because they're way too expensive. I get gift cards for my birthday all the time because people, I guess, don't totally realize that I don't want to buy books at full price. Even though it's not even my own money, it's a gift card, I still don't like to buy books full price. So my dad and I went into Barnes & Noble, and I was going to spend the gift card. I was like, doesn't matter, it's not your money, just rip off the band-aid and do it. And I still couldn't. But I went online and I found out that a lot of these books were the same price as the Amazon price, so then I just decided to buy them online, and I got free shipping, and then I used my gift card and we're all happy because they're books I've wanted forever now, and I have them now. But like I said, I'm really excited about these next three books. I'm really excited that I didn't pay full price for them. The first book I have is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. The second book I have is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. And I'm kind of bitter about this book because literally after I bought it, it went on Book Outlet, and it's on sale on Book Outlet. So if you want to read it, pick it up there, but don't be like me and pay full price for it at Barnes & Noble. And the last book I have is Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. I was encouraged to pick up this book because of Lovely Like Laura, and she talks about how great it is and said everyone should just give it a chance, so I picked it up because of that. And just kind of like a side note with those last three books, I am beyond excited about them. I'm so excited to be able to read them, and I'm so excited to finally have them because I've wanted to read them for a really long time now. But in the beginning of the year, if you saw my massive book haul, I think in January it was, I bought a lot of books that like never really heard of. I just read the synopsis and put them in my Book Outlet cart and bought them. That's usually how it goes. But I've decided now, I've been reading a lot of books lately that are kind of like mediocre. Like they're not, that's a little harsh to say, I guess, mediocre, but they're not amazing and they're not horrible. They're just kind of like books. And I read Reality Boy, and that book kind of put me in a slump for a while, or was starting to get me into a slump because it just wasn't that good to me. So I'm starting with those last three books. I'm starting to read books I'm actually genuinely excited about, and starting to buy books that I actually know about, and I've actually could tell you a handful of people that have said they're really good books, and that's what I'm sticking with now. So I'm going to try to start reading books that I've actually heard about and I actually know a lot about, and that aren't just, you know, some random book I saw in Book Outlet and decided to purchase. Now I have my Book Outlet box, and here we will play the game of how poorly I am at opening boxes, because I'm really, really bad at it. So here we go. Here we go, opening the box that I am bad at. I'm gonna cut towards my body. Easy. I'm gonna hit myself with this box. Ah! It's so much easier to open a box that your dad didn't, like, secure shut like last time. Like, that was bad. That was really bad. Like, I literally could not open that for the life of me. Here we are. Oops, I hope you don't see my address. Please don't see my address. Please don't see my address. Okay. This is... I don't know how exciting Book Outlet unboxings are for other people watching them, but, like, this is, like, the most exciting thing, like, in life, is doing this for me. Cool. That just got stuck. Ah! The first book I have to show you is The Rosie Effect by Graham Simpson. I still have no clue how to pronounce this. I have The Rosie Project on my shelf currently. I've not read it, but I am pretty certain that I will enjoy it, so I bought the second book on Book Outlet. The next book I have is Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. I just read an A.S. King book called Reality Boy. I've heard her books are really, really good, but I absolutely pretty much hated Reality Boy, but I really want to give her another chance because I've heard that she's really great, and John Green really loves her too. So I'm giving her another chance, and I went through all of her books that she has, because a lot of them are on Book Outlet. I went through all the books, synopsis, and picked the one that sounded the most interesting to me, so that's why I bought that one. The next book I have is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, and I also showed Anne and the French Kiss earlier, and again, I'm kind of certain that I will enjoy this book, so that's why I bought this one. The next book I have is Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver. I have all the books in the series now, but I have not read any of them yet. I just bought Delirium. Well, actually, no, I just bought Delirium in hardcover. I've literally had Delirium, the paperback, on my shelf for, like, I think 3 or 4 years now, and I'm just, this is gonna sound super dumb with me, but I'm just super OCD about, like, ruining the paperback version of it. So I just recently bought a hardcover of it, and it's really, really pretty, so I'm trying to figure out now if I'm going to get all of my hardcovers or paperbacks, what I'm going to do. I have them all currently in paperbacks, but once I read Delirium, I might go to all hardcovers, but that's that. The next book I have is Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I have the other book in this series on my shelf, so I decided to buy the first one since I bought the second one before I bought the first one. Logic. The next book I have is A Probability of Miracles by Wendy Wonder. This was a book that I was debating whether to buy or not, but I just recently was looking over, like, a list, this article, I think it was, like, the most life-changing, like, best, no, it was, I think it was basically, like, the most well-written books, I think basically what it was saying are, like, the books that are so well-written that you almost, like, feel dumb reading them, and this book was on that list, and so I bought it because of that, and I accidentally bought it twice. I have another Book Outlet order coming in, like, another week, and I realized that I bought the book twice. Now, you would think I've done this before, but surprisingly, I have not done this before. This is the first time I've done this. Usually I don't know. Usually I try to, like, double check if I'm, like, even somewhat certain that I'm just embarrassed. I don't have words because I'm just embarrassed with myself. I don't want to even explain it because I have no words. The next book I have is Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. I actually bought this book for my friend, like, when I was in elementary school, and I remember when I, like, looked at the first page of it and I wanted to buy it. I was like, why did I not get a copy of this for myself? So finally I got it. It was hardcover and I bought it on Book Outlet. The next book I have is Luxe Beginnings by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is a book I never thought I would read just because the sci-fi element of it is not something I would enjoy, but I've heard Lovely Like Laura talk about how much she loves it, and I trust her opinion and hope that I will also love it as much as she did. So we hope. We hope. This is Perfect Chemistry by Simone Elkels, something like that. I've wanted to buy this book for a while now. I've always seen it in half-price books, and like I said, I wanted to buy it for a while, and finally I decided to buy it. This book is P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. For some reason, I bought To All the Boys I Love before, like way before this book series even popular, on my phone, because I wanted to try to read a book on my phone, even though I don't like ebooks. I wanted to try to read it. So now I have to pick up the first book, even though I think it's still currently on my phone, but oh well. Also, apparently, Book Outlet is doing their $5 off coupons now again, which is great because I buy way too much stuff on Book Outlet. That was my February book haul. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I don't know where any of these books are gonna go because I have no room. Does this bookshelf look like it's not full? Because it is. Sit here and pondering how I'm gonna get these on. The struggles of my life right